Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is make the tortellini filling. Now we bought a pound of ground veal. I bought 2 pounds because I'm going to double it. And this way I have tortellini filling all ready and ready to go in the freezer. So here we go. We're going to start browning the veal. It's coming along nicely. Now you want to have a spatula like this. This is a fish spatula. And the reason why is because you take it and you chop your clumps of veal. You want to do this with ground beef or ground pork, anything that's ground that you want to brown and get it into nice little bits. Okay? And now with this big spatula, you want to take a big chunk of stuff and just roll it over like that. It grabs a whole bunch at one time, and that's really nice. And then just continue to brown and push it all the way around the pan to use up all of the surface. Now, doesn't that look beautiful? All nice and brown and all ground up. And so what you do with this is then you drain the grease after you take it off of the skillet, off of the stove heat. Okay, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, now what we're going to do, now that the veal is browned, I have ground up the mortadella. Now you want to grind this up just not in too tiny of pieces because then it becomes mush. And okay, now here is the ground prosciutto. And we're going to just mix this all up. And then we're going to add the next ingredients, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, now you want to add your egg. 1 egg if you're making it a regular batch. 2 eggs, obviously, if you're doubling it. And mix it all in with the veal, the prosciutto, and the mortadella. At this point, you also add your ground nutmeg. And now we add the cheese, pecorino romano, and parmigiano. And we're going to whip that all together. Blend it, we're not going to whip it. I'm going to mix it all together nicely. And I'll be right back. And now we add the breadcrumbs. Mix those all in. And I'll be right back. And now everything's blended together and it's perfect. But you're thinking it's all crumbly and chunky looking, Roz. So what's wrong here? No, what you do is you take it and you form a nice cohesive ball. Okay, so look at that. Look how nicely, it is sticking together beautifully. It's not too dry and it's not too wet. And then when we make the tortellini, we just take a pinch off, just a little pinch, and you make a little ball and you put it on top of your pastry, on top of your dough. So it's sticking together very nicely. So perfect. So then what you might want to do also is taste it and see if you have enough nutmeg and enough salt. Now there's a lot of salt in the cheese, so be careful, especially when you're dealing with pecorino, which is extremely salty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is continue to make this ball of filling, and I'm going to stick it in the fridge and probably make the dough tomorrow, maybe tonight, I'm not sure, and then we will put it all together for you. Thanks for watching. Ciao, ciao.